Welcome, Radiant Soul. This transmission is being recorded within the gathering energies of the full moon in Aquarius. A moon so full that everything it touches is all lit at once, nothing left in shadow. Wherever you are when you're receiving this activation, that current is still exactly what's moving through this session for you. Now, there's a special feeling this day brings up in a body that learned a long time ago to take up a little less space than it actually needed. The shoulders that rounded forward in a room before you even decided to be small. The compliment that gets deflected before it fully lands. The version of you that's easier to have around because it never quite takes up the whole seat it was given. If that's familiar, this was built for you. This may feel like a guided meditation as we move forward, and if that's what brought you here, you'll find it. But in truth, what's moving through this session is a living transmission. Reiki, light codes, and the frequency of this full moon in Aquarius are all encoded specifically for what's surfacing in you right now. The moon is, like we said, in Aquarius, and that's illuminating everything it touches. Directly across from it, the sun and Jupiter are fused so closely together, they're nearly 1 point of light. What astrologers call a cazimi, in the heart of the sun, close enough to a source of radiance that the two become almost impossible to tell apart. That's worth sitting with for a moment. Being that close to your own light isn't a flaw in the placement. The old astrologers called it powerful, not hidden, held. And the moon above will wax and wane again after this, but the codes woven into this session do not expire with it. So if you're meeting this months or years from now, the frequency is still live and it's still yours. So let's begin simply. Find whatever position lets your body stop performing for a moment, either seated or lying down, wherever you actually are right now. Let your hands rest open. Let your jaw unclench just slightly. And here, right at the start, I want you to notice your chest. Not to fix it, but just to notice whether it's open or curled a little inward, the way it does when a body has learned that taking up less room keeps it safer. And if you're willing to let this all in today, exactly as much as feels true, let that willingness be enough. You don't have to say a yes out loud. Just let your breath answer for you, or allow yourself to say yes in your mind's eye now. Beautiful. Now take a slow breath in through the nose. And let it go longer than it came in. One more. In and out. Slow. like something in you is finally allowed to set down what it's been holding up. Good. Now, gently call your energy home. Not from anywhere dramatic, just from the ordinary places it's been spent today, or this week, or this year, making yourself easier to be around. The meeting where you didn't say the thing. The photo where you angled yourself out of the frame. The room where you let someone else's light take up more of the space than it needed so yours wouldn't crowd them. Call all of that back now. It doesn't need to explain itself first. It just needs to come home. I am beginning to flow Reiki into the space now, around you, around your entire energetic field. The warmth is finding its way in. No particular direction yet. So you may feel it as heat low in your chest, or kind of pressure behind your breastbone, or nothing at all yet, and all of that is exactly right. Now here's something I want to say clearly before we go further. The shrinking was never weakness. Somewhere, a smaller version of you learned that being fully seen came with a cost. Too much attention, too much envy, too much risk of being singled out or left out. So the body found a workaround. Round the shoulders forward, soften the voice. Let the light dim just enough to stay unremarkable. And unremarkable stayed safe. That was intelligence. It kept you chosen. It kept you loved, or at least it kept you from finding out what might happen if you weren't. We're not here to blame the pattern. We're here to finally let it retire. Whatever comes up as we do this, grief, relief, a strange kind of anger at how long this has been running, whatever comes up for you, all of it is welcome here. You don't have to hold it together anymore. With your permission, I open this field a little wider now. We call in Jophiel, keeper of beauty and true seeing. the one who doesn't just tell you that you're radiant, but actually helps you look. Jophiel, let your gold rose light settle over this field like the first honest mirror that this body has been offered in a long time. Help them see what's already there, not what should be corrected first. We call in Pele, fire that doesn't destroy, fire that clears. Not gentle in the ways some flames are gentle, but precise, alive, entirely trustworthy with what it's given. Pele, your fire knows exactly which patterns have finished their purpose here. When it's time, move through. We call in Auriel, keeper of abundance codes, of the current that doesn't ask to be earned before it flows. Auriel, let the same light fusing the sun and Jupiter above us right now move into this body as permission. Radiance was never rationed. We call in the oversoul of Auriel, as always. Not as a concept tonight, but as a current. The living frequency that already knows leadership is resonance, not performance, and that a soul was never required to shrink in order to be safe to love. Auriel, weave through everyone receiving this now. You don't have to do anything with their presence yet. Just let it be here, gathering around you. Now bring your awareness down to the soles of your feet, however they're resting right now. Feel whatever is beneath them, the floor, the cushion, and then the earth underneath all of it. You don't need to do anything else yet. Just know right now you are held from below before anything opens above. Now gently bring your awareness up to your chest, right at the center behind your breastbone. I am sending Reiki there now, warm, steady, and patient. Feel it settle into that heart center for a moment. Here's what I want you to understand about the Sun and Jupiter fused together above us right now. When a planet sits that close to the Sun, it disappears from view entirely. Too much light for the eye to separate one from the other, and the ancient astrologers had a word for this closeness: cazimi, in the heart of the Sun. And they didn't read it as weakness, They read it as a planet being carried inside the king's own fire. Hidden, yes, but hidden because it was that powerful, not because it was small. You've been standing that close to your own light for a very long time. Close enough that you couldn't always tell where you ended and your dimming began. Close enough that shrinking started to feel like the same thing as being safe. Let your awareness stay in your chest and let yourself actually notice, not to judge, just to notice the places you've made yourself smaller so you'd be easier to stand next to. The achievement you downplayed before anyone could accuse you of bragging. The joy you muted so it wouldn't remind someone else of what they didn't have. The version of your voice that got quieter in rooms where the loudest person needed the most room. None of that was wrong. It was a young, brilliant nervous system doing exactly what it needed to do to stay held. Now I invite Pele's fire to move into this space. Not to burn away who you are, but to clear the pattern that made you believe who you are was too much to be shown in full. See or sense her flame now. Golden color moving into red. Moving through your chest, your shoulders, the place at the base of your throat. She's not interested in punishing the shrinking. She's interested in finishing it. Burning through the old belief that smaller meant safer until there's nothing left holding that story up. Let your shoulders roll back just slightly if that feels true. Not performing bigness, just no longer bracing against being noticed. Let your throat soften now all the way down to your collarbones. Now Jophiel steps into the field. She's not adding anything to you. She's holding up the mirror you stopped trusting a long time ago. The one that shows you exactly how radiant you actually are, with no dimming filter over the glass. Let yourself actually look for a moment at what she's reflecting back. Not the version you perform for a room, but the version that was never actually asking anyone's permission to shine underneath all the practiced smallness. Good. Here is what I want to land in your body, not just your mind. You were never a threat by being fully seen. You were only ever a threat to the story that told you smallness kept you loved. Instead, let these codes land. Let them wash over your field and integrate into your cellular network. I do not shrink to be chosen. I take up exactly the space I already am. My radiance was never a threat to anyone's love. I am seen without earning it. Leadership is resonance, not performance, and I am already resonant. Now Auriel's current moves in, the same abundant light fusing the sun and Jupiter, flowing now into your chest, your solar plexus, the whole field. Not light you have to earn by proving you deserve to be seen. Light that was always yours by nature. The way the moon doesn't negotiate for its own fullness once a month. I want you to sense someone ahead of you now. Not a stranger, it's you, a little further down the road than you are tonight. Notice how they fill a room. Not necessarily louder, are they? Not performing more. just entirely unwilling to make themselves smaller so someone else can feel more comfortable. When they walk in, the room doesn't shrink to make space for them. It just recognizes that the space was always there. Let them step into you now, crown to root, all at once. They're not a costume you're putting on. They're a version of you that was always underneath that practiced smallness, finally standing where it's been waiting to stand. Now let's seal all of this in. Picture the way the full moon holds its own fullness tonight. It doesn't ask the dark for permission. It doesn't dim itself so the night feels less outshone. It's simply, entirely, and without apology, full. Let your field hold itself the same way, full, without asking anyone's permission first. Begin to come back slowly now. I am sending Reiki down through your hips, your legs, into the soles of your feet. Roots of golden light reaching down into the earth beneath you. Letting everything that surfaced tonight settle here, low and steady. Before we close, we offer gratitude to Jophiel for the mirror that finally told the truth, to Pele for the fire that finished what smallness started, to Auriel for the light that never needed to be earned, and to the Oversoul of Auriel for holding every layer of this field from the first breath to this one. We thank you, we honor you, and we release you with love. Take one more slow breath in. And let it go completely. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And if it feels good, stretch your arms out wide, wide as they actually want to go. Not careful or contained, just as wide as you can reach. Let your body remember what it feels like to take up the whole space it's allowed. And when you're ready, let your eyes open. Welcome back, Radiant Soul. Now you will meet a new layer of this the next time you return. Today, only asked you to meet what was actually ready. So if something in you loosened today, if you felt the mirror or the fire or just a small unfamiliar willingness to take up a little more space than usual, I would love to know. Leave a word in the comments section. And if you're ready to keep building this current, Return to Flow is open whenever it calls you. This is a 21-day Auriel wealth activation that goes even deeper into receiving without earning it first. And you'll find it at manifestdifferently.com/flow or in a link in the description below. And one more thing before we go, Radiant Soul. If you've walked the first gate or She Who Rises with me already, you know Anana's descent doesn't stop there. And something larger is forming inside my Temple of Mysteries membership right now, still carrying that same name, She Who Rises. I don't have it ready to share fully yet, but it's taking shape, and I have a feeling some of you will feel very at home there. More on that soon. Until next time, Radiant Soul, you are so deeply loved.